I want to officially welcome you to the Stick Water Podcast. Y'all done messed up and gave me a mic. Y'all let the right person get in front of a mic. Y'all done seen me in front of a camera. But the Stick Water Podcast is going to move your soul. I would like to introduce y'all to my producer, Lee. He has been a phenomenal help to me over these years. The Stick Water Podcast is for your soul, it's for your mind, it's for your body. And when I tell you, if you know, you know. It's literally so much more than just a sip of tea.
So much more.
It's soul cleansing. People don't drink tea enough. That's why everybody attitudey, moody. But that's okay, I got you. I'm going to give you something good to consume that's going to help you move differently. And what we talking about today? Reinvention. This person right here has been along my journey as I reinvented the best version of myself today. I'll praise. Because it's been a motherfucking journey. Excuse my language. I feel like this era of reinvention, this version of myself presently is the best version because I feel like I'm the most in tune, not only with myself, but with everyone and everything around me. I've never smelled air like this. I've never tasted things like this. I haven't had the level of gratitude and appreciation for certain things, small things that I wasn't conscious of previously, now is at the forefront. I've had to look at some shit that I didn't want to see. A lot of stuff that I didn't want to see. Had to be some things that I never wanted to be, but all praise, I'm here. And I look forward to continuing to evolve. It's an everlasting journey, but a fun one nonetheless.
It's beautiful. To be honest, it's beautiful. It's
poetic.
Yeah, it's a beautiful journey.
And a good story to tell. You know I love good story.
Yeah.
Speaking of stories, where y'all want to start? From the beginning. Oh, they've been waiting for this, child.
You reinvented yourself a bunch of times.
I've had many deaths, many rebirths from birth. And for those of you who know, you know. Not many do though. I don't really talk a whole lot about my past. I mean, I share my present version of myself, but I don't even speak as much as I want to. But that's why we're doing the Stick Water Podcast, because I've been needing to get this off. Not only do I want to get it off for me, but it tends to help other people when I do, because we're all going through the same things in different fonts. And me going through this journey has not been in vain. I didn't have to go through all the things I went through just for me. This is for the world. Like, nobody would have to go through as much as I've been through if it was only for them. So the ways that I've been broken over the years and the ways that I've repaired myself in my reinvention is my gift to the world. I'm only here to make the world a better place. And for those of you in the back who's like, I don't want to do that, here's a fun fact. When you make yourself better, things around you get better. If everyone worked intentionally on making themselves better instead of worrying about what the next nigga got going on, who posted what on Facebook, none of that matters. If you're not working on you, you're not working in the right direction. So when I tell y'all the work that I've done, I feel like I've been in rehab. Like,
oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
My reinvention has come from, I've been in rehab for at least 4 straight years, minimum.
That spiritual rehab different.
That spiritual, oh my God. I feel like, imagine somebody going up your butt, reaching around and yanking your shit out. Like, you might think, okay, people are like, oh, life tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, this isn't going on. My ancestors knocked me upside my shit a few times and was like, tighten up. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Do better. And anytime I feel like I'm struggling a little bit or I'm not moving in gratitude, the hair on the back of my neck raises up. My kitchen starts twirling by itself. Get your life. And I'm getting it. Whew, all praise. So the beginning, because we ain't even get into it. One thing y'all gonna find out about me is we gonna yap. We gonna come back to it, but we gonna yap. So as a pretty princess from the hood. I reinvented myself. I decided to put myself through college. Went to another college, graduated with honors, and then I got my first big girl job. Hated it. But it was all for a reason. I loved the idea of it, but it was one of those things that I was supposed to experience for a moment. And that's one thing I also will give credit for, because I've had the privilege of reinventing myself so many times, not only in my personal life, but in my professional life as well. And a lot of people don't get that opportunity. They feel like they're meant to do one thing, they stay doing one thing. And some people are meant to do one thing, and that is their purpose, and they live it, they fulfill it. Do your thing, 21, go crazy. But for me, I've had a few careers. I became a teacher, reinvented from a teacher, went into tech, reinvented from tech, I always had my personal training background. My holistic wellness background has been there for about 15 years. Reinvented from tech, went over to, what I do after tech? Started my first business, and I've been in entrepreneurship since then, and entrepreneurship has granted me so many different kinds of blessings, not just financially. I'm talking like the spiritual aspect of it. Because you really got to be a special kind of something to be an entrepreneur, because everyone is not meant to be an entrepreneur. And I will not ever try to force that upon people.
This is not that kind of podcast.
I'm not going to tell y'all, if y'all don't wake up at 4 a.m. and get to it by 10th grade, you're a loser. I'm never going to go there, because this shit is brutal. But it works. It works for me. This is what I'm meant to be doing. So if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. I've owned several businesses. Sumi Colors is not just for y'all. I told y'all, Sumi saved me too. And same thing with the stick water. This is something that I've had in my ritual, my own personal ritual. I've been drinking tea for years. And this is, again, coming from somebody who didn't have running water at one point.
I mean, it's crazy just to see your reinvention, even like within the last 2 years. How it's like
the last 2 years have been monumental. And I feel like not only me, but the members in the community who have been willing to go on this journey with me, genuinely go on this journey with me. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
Shout out to y'all. Hey, Sumi House Club. But y'all have been doing amazing. And getting to witness your evolution and getting to be a part of your journeys has been a privilege unlike any other. Even that is a part of my reinvention, because I was always a hermit. I was always very isolated. And I thought that was solitude, and that's not the same thing. Reinventing myself into becoming someone who is more open, more available, more considerate has been a journey as well, because these are things that, I had to realize, although I was not taught those things, I have the opportunity to learn them myself and then teach the next person. But the last 2 years, for sure, the content has shifted. And all good, all great.
All praise.
I'm grateful for every last bit of it. I've met some dynamic people who have shown me so many different parts of myself. And that's one thing I do want to touch on just for a little bit. When we get into those modes where we feel like the people around us are not aligning and we just want better people, we want to be the better person. You don't have to worry about where they are. They're out here. They're actually so much closer than you would ever think. You just have to know where to look, because right now you might not be in alignment. You need to do some work on yourself, self-mastery. This is what we're on today. A part of reinvention is actually mastering self so you can present and be the better version of yourself that attracts the better versions of other people. It is a process. You don't get instant gratification in your growth like that. If you ain't been doing something for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, sometimes you might need to do a little bit of due diligence to relearn, not even relearn, unlearn.
First.
Unlearn what you thought you knew, because you don't know everything in this world. And then learn new approaches. The first time you learn might not be it. The second time, it's practice. It's constant practice. But it's a blessing and it's a privilege. People don't want to look in the mirror because it's disgusting. Talk about, yuck. going to be nasty until it's not. And then it's like, y'all ever be doing some stuff, you know what I'm saying? You be doing some grown up stuff. You be like, oh my God, it's so nasty. Take it the same way with your self-awareness journey. Cry, scream, breathe, let it go. What I will say is self-mastery is one of those things where I feel like people don't talk about how fun it can be. And especially as an adult, we spend so much time doing everything that is not inherently fun that we honestly should be making the fun because it makes it more digestible. It makes it more palatable. So I'm a big fan of edutainment. I love to be, informative. But I also like to give you a little something to go with. Like, we can have a good time while we grow and develop. It's laughable. If you really think about it, a lot of the stuff that we hold on to that's keeping us from being that elevated version of ourselves is laughable. It's not even serious. It's actually so unserious when you think about it. But sometimes you gotta just feel it through, friend.
And growth and development should be fun. It should be fun. Like, it should not be a miserable situation or a miserable experience.
Because you know who be miserable? People who ain't growing and developing.
Mm.
They be hella miserable and they don't even know they be sad, mad, frustrated, but they're not aware. How would they know? They think that this is the vibe. This is it. Just as negative projections exist, positive projections exist as well. When people are like, oh, you're projecting. Yes, babe. Like, I'm trying to be on a good vibe right now. But what I will tell them, you are the common denominator in every situation in your life.
Say it again.
You are the common denominator in every situation in your life. And I'm not saying that everything that you experience is your fault. Please don't misunderstand me when I say this. But what I will say is you're responsible for putting yourself back together. Well, this happened to me. Okay. I'm sorry that you went through that. And I'm glad that you're getting through it. It's only up to you. Nobody can care more about you than you care about you. So say you have somebody. I'm right here. I'm trying to love you through it. And you convince yourself that you're not worthy of being loved. You your biggest op at that point. But when you become self-aware, you realize, you know what? I had a moment in time where I was like, damn, I am kind of hard to love. And then I realized, like, no, I don't have to be, though.
Oh.
I don't have to be. All of these things that I've been holding on to that have been causing me so much hurt, I don't have to put those on nobody. And I don't have to swallow them down. That's another thing, especially with women. If you have a wound, you need to be using your voice because all of that trauma gets stored in our body. And you wonder, okay, why am I stressed out? Fibroids, cysts, endo. And people think that stress is not a real killer, and it is. Get that shit off. Get it out. Let it go so we can move on. And everybody outside of that, you still need to do the exact same thing. You're not exempt. Like, we are all under stress. The state of the world, but that doesn't mean we have to live in it. We don't have to embody it. We don't have to carry it. We don't have to even promote it. It's a natural reaction. Like, when I put on this dress, when I put on this shirt, that was stressing. I stressed the fabric, but that doesn't mean.
We often sink because we hold on to a lot of the stuff that's literally destroying us. If we would just let it go, it's like, well, easier said than done. And that's where then trauma comes into play. You know what I mean? Like you said, first step, you got to start mastering yourself. And it's mastering. You'll never master yourself. It's always going to be a continuous journey. You'll always be working on something, right? But then that next step is you have to get into that healing. You have to start working through your traumas. A lot of us are running away from our traumas when traumas are often the thing that is literally stopping us from becoming the best versions of ourselves. So I often tell people to run towards your traumas.
They're
lessons,
building blocks, tools, utensils, stories. And once you get outside of yourself for just a moment and you realize, okay, I'm not the only person who's had to deal with these things. The people that you look up to, they've taken responsibility for themselves, however it comes. And I feel like I could crown myself queen of don't look like what you've been through. Only because I don't allow my traumas to control me. They're not me. They're a part of me for sure. I love every part of me now, though.
It's a moment.
It's just a moment. It was a moment in time that helped shape me for the better. And that's the thing. People are like, oh, well, my trauma made me this way and it's made me the worst. Why would you let something take you from you? Like, you let that take all your power, you need to get it back. You need to go ahead and fill your cup up. So when we look at those traumas, these things have happened, they are done. If you're still in a traumatized state, a traumatizing place, you are your own resource. You are your biggest advocate. You just have to believe that. So once we start working outside of our traumas, because when we're in it, it's hard to see, and it is. All of this just sounds like nonsense. It sounds like babble. But baby, let me tell you.
I heard somebody say something and that was so profound. They said, not every trauma requires therapy. And every trauma requires acknowledgement.
Oh.
You might not need to go therapy for 7-8 months for every single trauma, but you must acknowledge the traumas if you want to get over them, if you want to work through them.
Because what else is it there for? I have to believe in my whimsical life right now because I've reinvented myself into this whimsical being that I will be carrying her forever. She need that. But I have to believe that these were meant to serve me because nothing else does. If I believe that this was meant to hurt me and keep me below the person that I'm supposed to be elevating to, then how does that actually benefit me? How does it benefit the world? Name it, feel it, see it, rewrite it. Okay?
How is your trauma journey been? I know you've done a lot of shadow work.
It's been diabolical. It's been so intense, but it's almost comical how intense it's been. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to even have had the opportunity to work through it, because when I first started, I didn't really understand what I was doing. I felt like it was just ancestral intelligence. And it wasn't up until I decided that I didn't want to live in it anymore. That's when the walls started breaking down, because again, I've had bricks on bricks on bricks of trauma built up, and it built this wall, this fortress, and knocking it down to see myself, it was pretty intense. Just imagine standing in front of a wall and everything before you was crumbling. Everything you've ever known is crumbling, and things that you didn't know that you knew, things that you forgot and you suppressed, all of that comes to the forefront. And I noticed recently on this cleanse that I just did, because I did a good detox cleanse, and when I do my detoxes, when I do my cleanses, they are so spiritual. I feel like this is the closest that I've been to myself. And what I experienced during the cleanse, oh God, I had trauma on trauma on trauma come to the forefront. And what I was telling my loved ones, I'm letting them know it's kind of a rough PTSD week. I'm working through it. I'm doing my best to laugh through it. But this shit got hands. Like,
I'm fighting for my fucking life.
I'm working so hard, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Despite all of these traumas, I still need to show up for myself. Just because I went through this thing doesn't mean I need to stay there. If I have it come to the forefront and it needs to come out, it will come out. I will release it. If it's something that I need to just acknowledge and let go of, I'm going to do that too. Despite all of those traumas, you still need to take care of yourself. I still need to take care of myself. My trauma is not my identity. It has helped me become this person that I really, really, really love, but it is not what I wear on my sleeves. Now, no shade, because I do have stories to tell on my arm.
But you don't let it define.
But I don't let it define me. Y'all would never know, because I am the product that I decide to be, not my traumas. My traumas don't get to decide nothing. That's like everybody who ever hurt me get to choose what my life finna be. Who are you? Who are these?
Who are these?
I don't even know. You don't even go here. So absolutely not. I will never in my life give somebody more power than I have in my own again. Once we start taking care of that inner child, because that's where a lot of it starts. When it comes to working through our childhood trauma and healing that inner child that we still have in us, a lot of our foundations were not built solid. Like, we need to a little shaky.
You know what I'm saying?
You did not deserve that. And I'm so sorry that you went through that. And again, I'm so grateful that you got through it and you're here now. So we have to unlearn those things that caused us to stay in a loop of trauma. They don't call it a cycle for no reason.
Right.
You're not a bad person because you experience bad things. You're not a broken person unless you choose to identify that way. And I would implore you to not do that because it doesn't serve you. And yes, you will require some work, but you are worth it. Yeah, working through that childhood trauma, it's intense, but that'll help you get a better understanding of the things that you experienced in your adult life. Like, why can't I ever find somebody who da 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 da? You keep finding the same kind of person because you are the same kind of person.
Oh, wait.
In a different time zone, you haven't reinvented yourself enough to get out of that loop, because once you get to a point where you don't fit in that cycle anymore, those kind of people can't even penetrate. They don't come near you in the same way. You can see them for who they are, how they are. I hear people talk about insecurities and things like that. I was talking to somebody the other day. She was telling me what her insecurities are. I said, you just made all that up. And I understand because I've been a very insecure person in my life as well. But that's what we're trying to tell you. Like, the insecurities come from the trauma. Once you start releasing the trauma, you start releasing the insecurities, and you start working to being that person who is very secure. And because I can see myself better, I can give other people grace. Like, even the people who hurt me, I understand you were broken in a way that made you feel like this was the route that you needed to take.
Hurt people, hurt people.
Hurt people. Babe, that's none of my business though. Like, I don't hold it against you. I'm sorry that you went through whatever you went through to make you become this version of a person. It's sad. I don't feel anger and resentment that I once did for the people who hurt me, because I realized you're more far gone than I am. And you did me bad, but I'm not finna be bad off because of it. I cannot allow that to happen anymore. 2026, we are reinventing ourselves. We know that 2025 had hands, but 2026 is ours the way that we claim. We're going to start in the kitchen. The things that you consume matter. So if you're eating things that make you sluggish and lethargic all day, every day, you got the itis, can't get up.
That itis, what?
On your body. But you're saying, I want to get up and get to the money when?
After the state.
Big mama, your arm. You tired. You can't catch up. The money is running from you at this point. Here's my thing. When people are like, well, I do good quality. Get some more vegetables. Get some good quality vegetables.
Get the veggies in you.
Get them veggies and you quit running from them. I cannot. I say I don't judge, but I do a little bit. When I hear grown adults be like, I don't like vegetables. I know it tastes like battery acid. I know it do. There's no way that you can tell me at your big age that you're avoiding things that bring you life because you don't like the taste. That's how I know them parasites is running your ass. So this is why we do our sick water. We cleanse, we purge, we release. Y'all are backed up. If you shitting every 3 days, excuse my language, that is not regular. I'm pretty regular. I go to the bathroom about twice a week. What are you talking about, bro? All of that is just sitting up inside you. What you think is doing? Just chilling? You think you're supposed to just walk around with 3 days worth of shit up in you? I want to get a hydrocolonic because I know like there's going to be a different kind of light behind my eyes. I do my cleanses. I eat very clean, but I just know that's going to be a factory reset. And that's where the resets come from, our nutrition. We say, oh, I want to eat something that's going to make me feel good. And we just go to the drugs. Can't figure out why you can't lose that gut. We have to go ahead on the inside and start there. In the kitchen. This is a good place. If you are just completely confused, don't forget that you have this lovely tool in the palm of your hands at all times. You're your first resource. So step 1, do some research. I need to incorporate more green vegetables. How can I incorporate green vegetables? What are the best ways to eat green vegetables?
So what does a basic day look like when you master nutrition? What does that look like? If I'm trying to reinvent my nutrition for 2026, what does that look like?
Heavy on the hydration first and foremost. I'm not talking about no pop. Put the sodas down. The sugary drinks, get them out the way. You can have your naturally sweet drinks, but hydration first and foremost. I like to start my morning off with water. before I do anything. I like to activate my body, let her know, hey, I'm up, I'm here, I'm alive, present and accounted for. Then I move on to my stick water. Sometimes I will do my wellness shots in the morning. I take my morning vitamins, depending on what I'm taking, what my needs are in that moment. Especially if you have a menstrual cycle, your needs change day to day, week to week. So I base mine off of my cycle. Sometimes I need more of this and I need less of this, vice versa, switch. And then planning accordingly, because it's really, really hard to stay on point when you don't know what you're doing from day to day. It gets easier to slip and slide. And it is a slippery slope. You know, food is a slippery slope. It can be, especially if you have heavy emotions attached to your food. So having a plan, even if it's not a very strict and structured meal plan. Okay, I know every Wednesday I eat vegan food, so I need to know what I'm doing. I say meatless Mondays. That's just me. I like to start the week off right.
And you can really tell the difference too. When you start the week off eating some bullshit,
You feel it. That's like, imagine every Monday you go to the club and you stay out till 6 in the morning. What's your Tuesday gonna look like?
trash.
Trash. Did you prepare your body accordingly to have the best possible week? Or are you playing catch up from the destruction that you did on Monday? Same thing with diet. If you're not eating to live, you eating to. Oh, okay.
R.I.P.
Just killed the club. Killed that plate too. And yeah, no, when it comes to my personal plates, no animals will be harmed in the making of my meals. I've had moments, and this is why I say it's a journey. I've had moments where, child, I was on a self-sabotaging tip and my body let me know. I had went unvegan a few years ago. This is really when I had I plummeted. Okay. Cause I was doing good. And then trauma got a hold of me and I started eating like it. I brought myself back around and I didn't even realize how bad I felt until I started feeling better. And I say this all the time. You never know how bad you feel. You think you straight, you think you cool until you start implementing more intentional acts of self-care in your life. And when you start with your plate, that is one of the easiest ways to reinvent yourself. This is a new makeup that you have. I feel like we talk about body recomposition and we talk about eating your skincare and all of these things. And I don't know if everyone really understands the weight and the magnitude of it, especially as a woman, especially as a Black person in America. Culturally speaking, we have a lot of richness rooted way back pre-America. And
The motherland.
they knew some things. They knew about stick water and
Real sticks.
the real sticks. It's real serious. We've been here and the recipes that we have, sometimes they do need to be lost. No shade. I know, but we have to reinvent it. Okay, my family, my loved ones, my community love to eat. So you still gonna get your greens. You still gonna get your mac and cheese. You gonna get your candy, whatever, because it's the day. I don't make a whole lot of candy, nothing. I don't make a whole lot of fried, nothing. But if we're having an occasion, we're having an occasion, but it will be plant-based. And you will enjoy it. You're actually going to feel better because you don't feel as bad. When you eat your fuel, you're not supposed to go to sleep. Imagine if you gassed up your car and on the side of the road. That's not what we're supposed to be doing with our food. And I understand convenience has gotten us by the neck. Give me a few years, we'll have, vegan fast food. But we're going to start training our palate to have a more exquisite taste. You want to have a taste for life, and building that up on your plate is going to help you the most. If you incorporate a little bit here, a little bit there, your girl dinners, if you're going to have a girl dinner, at least have it be some kind of nutrient dense. I love a freak salad. If you don't know what a freak salad is, it's a Greek salad, but it's vegan. It's a fake Greek salad. I don't do real feta. I'll do nutritional yeast, or I'll do the vegan feta or something like that. Cucumbers, hydration, olives, any kind of umami, anything is gonna be good for your body. I like it. I love it. Oh no, let me not say anything because you take it too far too fast. Mushrooms, olives, get that in you. Tomatoes, need it. I do a little bit of vinaigrette I'll do balsamic vinegar or something like that. And I'll season it, but minimally. You can have that sensation that you want from the food, because a lot of the time we just have chemical reactions, right? In our brain, when we eat these things, our brain, because it's getting that quick high, it's telling us, oh, yeah, I love this. And then you crash.
And that crash be crazy.
It's crazy. And people don't realize that a lot of the things that you eat, you only eat it because you're addicted to it. And I'm not, trying to shade you or shame you, friend, but like, it's not that different. It's just a slower kill when you eat like that. You know what I'm saying? You looking at the person on the street, on the corner, you calling them this and that and crackhead this and crackhead that, babe. That sugar that you eat all day, every day is not chemically that far removed, not that far off. And you feel like you can do it every day because it's not inhibiting your quality of life, but it is. Some sugars on your body, your pressure's up. And the inflammation that's in the body will tell you so much about it. You always sore, you always lethargic, you always tired. You can't do this. My hips is tight. I don't stretch because I'm not flexible. What are you? Start loosening up. Tighten up, but start loosening up. And your body's going to tell you something about yourself. Lubricate your joints, because as we get the privilege of aging, we need to be treating ourselves like the temples that we are. I was so unaware when we talk about the reinvention of womanhood. 18 to 20 don't feel like 25, don't feel like 30, don't feel like 40, don't feel like 45, 50, and so on. Every season of your life requires a different level of care, especially if you want to live the best possible life that you can. Starting in the kitchen. Make your snacks something that you're proud of. We have to also remember that movement is medicine. Yes, we have medicine in our kitchen, but movement in itself is medicine. I literally have to change my physical state when I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what, I'm losing it.
A good walker change everything.
A good walker change it. A good run. Y'all ever see people and be like, I don't understand how they do it. You don't know until you know. You get in the field, get on a track, a sidewalk, whatever. You need to move your body. It's not an option, especially again, as we get the privilege, because it is a privilege to be able to age. You're not going to get more limber unless you do that. You're not going to get more flexible, more fluid. As we age, our body is going to start telling us exactly how we treated it.
That's why I can appreciate your content, because when I don't feel like stretching, you pop right up on live or something. I'm like, all right.
And then I'm in the back bullying, get in the field. I'm in the back with it. Like, come on. Quit playing with it. Literally, like, stop.
I've got a lot more flexible though, for sure.
It's a blessing. I feel like I'm more flexible now than I was in my younger years, which is really crazy. And before we get to getting on here and talking about, but I got I have so many injuries that I've accrued over the years. I got battle wounds. I got real chronic pain, but I don't allow it to take me from me. I've actually gotten really good about preventing like chronic pain flare-ups, because what's done is done. I can only do so much, and I will continue to do it, because let me find out if there's a way to do this shit consistently and reverse it. I will find that out. I'm not going to say, well, I can't do nothing about it, so I'm just not going to take care of myself. That's not an option.
Do you work out every day?
In a way, when I'm in the lab, I'm getting physical activity in, but I'm going to walk. I'm going to make sure I walk. Sometimes I will run. I do love to run, but people ask me about what I do in the gym, and I'm just like, I like to do my workouts outdoors. I do my stretching here because why not? But yeah, I do some kind of physical movement every single day. If there's a day where I don't move my body, like I don't serve her in that way, she's going to let me know I messed up. The grace that you used to have when you were tearing your body up, as we age, your body has less grace for you. It's really over your nonsense. So if I can feel when I didn't do what I was supposed to do the day before, I'm stiff, I'm irritable, I'm inflamed. But when I'm moving it around, I'm hydrating, I'm eating what I'm supposed to. Even when I eat something crazy, I like to do kombucha, the probiotics.
Yuck.
Not too fucking much, because they're really good. They're really good for you. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Probiotics are good for you. If you don't want to do kombucha, just get you some regular probiotics. If you need a pre, a post, get that, because your gut health is going to completely change the whole trajectory of your life. And I cannot stress this enough. Like, even the way that you move. I feel like when I was crashing out, probiotics were the only thing that really like were saving me even a little bit. But when we're exercising, it's different. Like, yes, it's teaching us discipline, but it's also teaching us how to trust ourselves and respect ourselves differently as well. All of this is going to boost your confidence in ways that you would have never imagined. So when we talk about building the body that we want, people are like, oh, I want to live, I want to firm, I want to tone. Okay, get in the kitchen, get in the field. Everything else is going to happen the way that it should. I do less liquor. I do more hydration. I do more physical movement that I enjoy. I do less stagnation. Your body is going to start shaping for you. You do it intentionally. You do it enough. You do it consistent enough. You build a routine around it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be hardcore strict. I can't stand a hard body ass workout. I'm a soft girl. I've been a hard body person my whole life. I don't want somebody yelling upside my head. When I exercise, I talk to myself real nice, because sometimes I work for the boys. That's boys.
Yeah, I got to work on that because I love it.
I don't do that because I used to, when I was operating in a very masculine energy. I was operating in a very masculine energy. I'm in there like, come on, bitch, you got one more set. Let's get it. No, ma'am. Good girl. Good job. Slap on ass. All praise. You did it. You're doing it. And just something small. You could do it for 5-10 minutes just to say you did it. And then you bump it up a little bit. You might start with 1 time a week, and then you do 1 time a day. Now, you just continually evolve with it. You find yourself by experimenting, not by just meditating. Like, you could think about it all day long. Y'all ever met a guru of nothing? They know everything there is to know about whatever topic it is, but you don't see it in practice. But those people who try and do different things, it's kind of like Goldilocks. You got to try it out and see what you like. And then when you find something that you feel like this is going to work for me, do more of it. Congratulate yourself, praise yourself, give yourself kind and affirming words as you do it, as that inner child would love to hear. Lo and behold, you'll find yourself in places that you never would have thought you would have found yourself. I swear on my life, I never would have thought I'd be in here making no stick word. But I found myself in experimenting and researching and practicing. Who do I want to be? Like, we're building, we're testing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we pivot. That's not the end all be all. Oh, I tried it. It didn't work for me. I'm done with it. That's all you got? You're just gonna give up. So what you gonna do for the rest of your life? Complain about the things that you don't like and do nothing about it? Asking yourself, who am I? That is not who survival forced you to be. Who are you at your core? You got to discover yourself. You genuinely, beyond all of your traumas, who are you at your core? And that was one of the things that I did when I first started on this journey, like the last 4 years. I wrote down who I felt like I was, who I wanted to be, what kind of people I wanted to attract.
That's the deal.
Right. And I know that in order to attract those kind of people,
I have to be a different person.
Become a different person.
I had no idea how I was going to make that happen, but I was willing to try whatever, whatever is going to come is going to come. And I definitely saw some shit. You got to get very specific about what it is that you ask the universe for. Because I tell you what, you like dicks? Oh God. Yuck. That's not it.
Left that part out.
Let that part out. But that comes with the experimentation, because now I know how to get very, very, very specific and particular with what it is that I want from myself, from other people, from the universe, and learning how to communicate spiritually. Here in the present is very important. But when you pray, what is it that you're asking for? What is it that you're being grateful for? What is it that you're claiming and proclaiming over your life? Okay, now we're about to get spiritual. Because a lot of us are familiar with religion, but spirituality has been demonized. That's none of my fucking business. What is my business is encouraging you to get in touch with yourself, because your higher power lives within you. It doesn't matter what you believe. Your higher power is in you. That is what you're meant to be embodying. So when we get in touch with our higher power, we have to remember that our higher power don't have a fried nervous system. Our higher power operates based on faith and love, genuine love. And these are not just words, but this is meditation. This is prayer. This is breath work. This is grounding. This is gratitude. All of these things are going to help us trust ourselves better. And it helps me with my faith. When I show up for myself, I have bigger faith. When I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing, I give myself grace, but I need to come back too. Yeah, I trust myself to be able to do this. I trust myself to care for myself, which means I can trust myself with way more, because if I don't even trust myself to care for myself, how am I going to convince myself that I'm fully capable of handling everything that life may throw at me? And I'm just here with me right now. So when we build consistency, it gives us that confidence, and we don't need it to be complex. It doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be complex. Like, we are already complex creatures by nature. We don't need to add anything into that. Okay. So when we think about our systems, we talk about our physical, our emotional, and our spiritual systems. We have to make sure that our nervous system is regulated, because that's the foundation of our reinvention. So in 2026, we don't operate from a stressed space. What I realized for me, my ritual, my routine has helped me get out of that, like, oh, I'm not motivated. It doesn't matter if I'm motivated or not. It's a part of my routine. It's a part of my non-negotiables, and my foundation. I feel like I'm rooted more in my spiritual practice, because I lost it for a minute.
Right.
And when I lost my faith, I lost myself. I lost everything. And I'm not talking only about superficial, things in the world, the things that can be replaced. I'm talking about, I was gone for a second. And again, all praise for being able to reinvent myself and come back even better than I've ever been. We talk about spirituality. I think people think like is woo woo. No. It doesn't have to be that. It's literally just your spiritual practice. It's your internal operating system. We're trying to figure out how to navigate this life. We have to start at ground zero. Spirituality, what is it that I believe in? How can I stay connected to it? How do I make sure that I am upholding the best version of myself? And if I have a moment where I'm working through a part that doesn't look like the better version of myself, understand that doing that work is also helping you become the better version if you're doing it appropriately. Because like I said, sometimes it does get messy. Shadow work is not cute.
No.
Shadow work is not cute. It's not fun and nice and none of that. It's actually pretty disgusting if you really want to get down to it, but it needs to be done. If you ever get to like, cooking is a perfect example. When I'm in the kitchen, I like to clean as I go, but sometimes if I don't clean as I go, the kitchen looks a complete and total mess. It's a disarray. But for the product that I'm creating, all of it's worth it. I still clean up, but now I have this beautiful product to show what it is that I've been working on. And all praise for it being something that's genuinely nourishing to my spirit as well. It's a part of the process. Sometimes you have to work through the chaos. I do want to give that disclaimer. Spiritual warfare is very real. You're going to feel tugging in every which way, but again, you have community to help you stay grounded. And as you're navigating it, there's external factors as well, because the state of the world right now, I would be remiss if I didn't notice, hey, the world is not in a good place right now. This is all the more reason why we need to be tapping in spiritually, because no matter what you believe in, we understand that energy does not die. So at some point, something, somebody, somewhere came before you who knew things. And it's one of those things, like people be like, oh, you just like your grandma. I know you never met him, but you're just like your grandma. You're just like your grandpa.
Ancestral intelligence.
Ancestral intelligence is there. Again, all the more reason why we need to work on ourselves, because when we talk about breaking these cycles of trauma, you have to lock in a different kind of way and understand that everything is as it's meant to be, and whoever's meant to come will come. But you gotta get up out of that. it's not the place that you're supposed to reside, and it doesn't even feel as good as you think it is until you get on the other side. Just like many of us tend to, and I'm just talking from a human standpoint, many of us tend to create our own chaos. You have to manufacture your own peace. You have to be producing your own peace, because if you don't, the default,
You ain't gonna like.
you're not gonna like the default. So you really just have to take it into your own hands. And when you lean into your spirituality, it helps you ground yourself in what's real, because what's within you is your reality. If you tell somebody, hey, this is symbolic of this. Okay, well, I don't believe in that. Okay, well, what do you believe in? You don't have to do it the same way that everybody else does it. You don't have to do it the way I tell you to do it. Whatever aligns with you. And what I'm telling my loved ones about the spiritual practices that I do, I let them know this is what I do for me. You may do something different for you. Someone else outside of me may give you a different perspective. The things that I do, they work for me. And it might feel a little bit strange at first. Like, I talk to the moon. I love to talk to the moon.
All the time.
I love to give gratitude for the sun, the wind. You know, a lot of people get really, really sad when it rains and it's gloomy.
I like to talk to nature.
Oh, the trees, they'll talk back. The animals, they got something to say, because we're a part of it, and people think that we're above it, and that's not the truth at all. We keep treating Mother Nature like she's getting treated. She ain't gonna let us last much longer on here. She gonna wipe out. We know it's possible for the whole world, the entire earth, to be wiped out in an instant. And for some odd reason, we think as humans, we're above treating nature respectfully. But that's why we don't treat ourselves well either. Not understanding that we are a part of nature. We get to talking about our higher power again, remembering that it's in us, but also practicing it consistently is better than complexity. So we need to get grounded in who we are. We're meditating, we're breathing, and we're remembering that our nervous system regulation is what helps our transformation. Welcome into a new version of you. And remember that although we're reinventing ourselves for 2026, that doesn't mean that you can't start today.
You should start to that.
Get ahead of the game. 1201. Right here, right now. Get a jump start on the life that you desire. And this is a part of me reinventing myself personally. Being able to speak more, I'm realizing, is a privilege I haven't exercised. And I mean, it's a blessing to be able to do it live. Definitely come see me live. Get you some new books in. Get you an ebook, an audio book, whatever it is that's going to help you in your evolution for this 2026 Revealed Reinvention. I know that this is going to do something wonderful for us, and I look forward to seeing us grow. This has been an amazing first episode.
Amazing.
I think this is a pretty iconic way to start, because I was nervous, child. I was a little bit nervous, but I feel like this is a major part of my 2026 reinvention, and I wanted to start it. This is me activating my higher self in this moment. Being able to use my voice is a privilege. With all of this being said, please remember to elevate your human experience. Start now. Like literally as soon as this video ends, go do something good for you. Even if it's a quick 1-2 touch your toes. Okay. I love you, sweet baby. I'll talk to you soon.